What up, guys? Hold up right fast. Give me a few minutes. Got 13 seconds into this. Uh, I'm on one of my chat today. Before I start this morning off, I want to say something. Desmond Miller said to get you what you want, truth and honesty. God said you don't want truth and honesty because you care about racism. You don't want truth and honesty when our own color go against us in the business and they talk about they believe in God. When God told Moses to paint the wall, to tell his people to paint the wall with blood, he knew the non-believer was going to be amongst the believers. You know, sometimes, because I got everybody on YouTube, sometimes we can be a good person and play by the rules, and when we fight for something greater, and when we believe in a greater cause, our own black people in Walmart would take us for granted. Our own American business would take us for granted. You know, I want Joe Biden to hear me, and I really hope he hear me. And I said the last time, I went up to Miss Lee about 2019, 2018, and I remember going to her. I was with my girlfriend at that time in an open relationship. But let me tell you, because this is not about her. And I remember Miss Lee said, I saw the facial expression of her spirit, and I saw her spiritual side. And I remember she said, when working is enough, you got to know when working is enough. And then the other worker came over there in Dallas, came over there, the Mexican. If I can remember his name like I remember Miss Lee's name, I had more interaction with Miss Lee more than I did him. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to remember somebody's name when I have more interaction with Miss Lee and other people in Social Security. And I want to say something. Miss Lee said, but when he said he's cutting me off, and Miss Lee said, you got to know when work is enough. And I was mumbling my words. I remember I was mad and I was mumbling my words. I'm not going to let nobody tell me what I can't learn and what I can't be. Desmond Miller and his Walmart family lied to me and betrayed God. I walked off on them, and I want him to hear me, because they couldn't say I couldn't do it, and they kept making me promises and lying to me. Right? Racism out of black and white. But they want to say we believe in the same God, and we don't believe, we don't have the same belief, because they wouldn't have did what they did. Charles and the black people had said, yeah, we only human, but you crossed that line with God. Now, Desmond Miller want to talk about, but he ain't being honest. His employees ain't being honest. But I told the Justice Department, he only behaving right because of you stepped in. Because you decided to be involved in this situation when him and his black and white. You know what that girl said in Addison? She said something about this black girl from Walmart on Marshall, Frankfurt. I'd rather date a criminal, right? So wait till I find me a queen that can keep up and trust in a man. But I don't want to date nobody in Texas that's with that type of woman in your Walmart corporation that don't believe in God. So if I'm involving myself with your Walmart employees, no, that's the enemy. You the enemy of God. Because if a woman that works for you that can't love all of God's children and love what we stand for, they not for God. She says she rather date a criminal, right? All right, come on. But don't get mad when I find me a queen. I don't care if she black or white, whatever she is, Mexican. Whatever she is, God said, look, don't get mad when I find me a queen. Because you black women take people for granted. Doug McMillan, we ain't never alike. We ain't never alike. You only playing nice because of Donald Trump and Joe Biden stepped in. You didn't need my help, right? You didn't need my help. That's what they say, but you steal from me and my idea. You still don't want to tell your customers the truth and your employees the truth. You lie on what you stand for. But they, instead of talking shit time and time again, at this other Walmart, the little white lady said, he's lying and we gonna prove it. You calling God a liar? Because they believe you, because they don't believe in a higher power. They don't believe in God. God, hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's how what God. One thing I want Joe Biden to know, and Donald Trump and everybody to know in our government, even Miss Lee, I want them to hear me too. And I hope they hear me. When God was in the dark. It didn't matter if he was black, white, Mexican, China, Muslim, urban, whatever that is. You might didn't see his skin color, but you seen his light. You seen his light. He stood up in the dark and watched until he came out. He stood up in the dark and he watched. But God didn't listen to what the people said. He carried with sight. He know his world. He watched and observed his children. But you depend on them. When you got sight and you know what this world about. I want Capitol here and I want my office to hear me. You depend on them more. But you willing to let them betray God and Doug McMillan lie, right? But I promise you, God gonna find me something better. I promise you. I sit up there yesterday after I took my nap, I had to take another nap because after I got into an argument with my damn lawyer the other day too. And it's like a damn relationship arguing with her, man. And I'm not taking it as far, but I feel like that when I'm dealing with her, man. I feel like I'm in a fucking relationship dealing with her. And I'm not gonna take it like that because I don't want you to think wrong. I'm just saying though. I don't want you to think wrong. You know how the government affairs. I don't want Joe Biden them to think wrong here. Anybody, because people will behave wrong and think they will feel uncomfortable. But that's just how I feel right now dealing with Miss Lee right now. Dealing with her, man. That's how I'm feeling right now. They know, but they didn't care. I tried to talk to them when I'm on the clock. I tried to be a good person and call when I'm on the clock. I warned James and Jessica and them that I was going to call you. I wish you was in that room, Doug McMillan, when I threatened Jessica and all the rest of the manager and Xavier. I want him to hear me. That I was going to call you, say, hold up, enough with all the threats. They didn't believe in I was going to call you. They didn't believe that. I thought we started this off right when I got hired back. I left 6 times. And you didn't even want to hire me back. Oh, we're going to get to the bottom of this right now. And you didn't want to hire me back. But let's talk about this. Why should I give up on because this is not about confidence. It's about other people putting other managers, putting other people down and telling them they can't do it. It's about Neo trying to make a fool out of people. So what? We got challenging problems. So what? That never stopped me from doing anything or what I wanted to do in life. But you want me to give up because I believe in God and I believe we all treated as equal? But he the one that throwing bricks and hiding his sand, Doug McMillan. Him in his corporate office throwing bricks and hiding their hands against God. I told Trump and I want to know, you need the people more than you need God. Just because you can't see God, that's a difference. Just because God not telling you. No, I was in Dallas County in 2019. And I was in a medical tank after Jordan Victoria told me something to say, you don't have to manipulate. And I'm watching them and I know who they was talking about. God, you don't have to manipulate nobody. But it wasn't about manipulation. It was about getting your attention. And and one thing I wanted to say, Wayne said something on his song, this is deep. If getting your point crosses the line, just hope somebody remember that. You cross it with dignity and you cross it with respect. But if somebody don't remember you, they remember rap. I had their attention, but you didn't want to listen. You didn't care what I had to say. But I want to tell you something. Our black people faking their love for us. And I should have wrote down what I seen the other day when I was shopping at the Walmart. And she playing and tagging I playing in the mind game. Just the difference is they want to cut me off from God. For they can take advantage of me and not let God know they there for me. God know for they can take advantage of me in the business of Walmart. They want God to cut me off. That what the Walmart business want. That what the community, because they put their faith in money, but not God. But I was in Dallas County in the medical tank, and I told them 20 times after I got into an argument. Where was President and God when my son had died? And I went in the medical tank. He was beating on the window, and then I laid down and I put my cover over my head, and I said 20 times. 20, God, if you was here, I still won't deny you. 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 I said it 20 times. And they cut the light off at a certain time. They cut the light off in Dallas. So this was in the middle of the day and I still had the light on at a certain time, right? I had the light off at a certain time, right? But after I slept a while, I dreamed about it and I was in that same cell. And I didn't see the spirit and tell me his name. It told me to get up and took the cover off me. In real time, I was able to see the Holy Spirit of jealousy and evil and deception. You didn't believe in God. You betrayed him. And now you say you willing to betray him again? You know what I told Miss Crystal? I told her I wrote her. They act like they scared of us, but they fear what they not trying to understand. I gotta pay attention to Yellow Breeze and them lies in Dallas and all the rest of this bull crap going on. And I have to deal with a lot. I have a lot on my plate. And it seems like I gotta deal with a lot. I remember I used to be in Berman when I was on the West Bank. I used to step on the 50 states when I was in Berman Elementary, New Orleans. And I remember these things. And I remember getting caught in the library when I was a kid. And my other friend in New Orleans, Louisiana, he got caught trying to get his phone back. I remember about the next 2 days when I used to go to Berman, and the police officer came to my classroom the next day. He told me he was going to come and say, I'm not going to let your teacher know that you got caught in the library reading a book, because they're going to be looking mighty dumb. Why you just can't wait You had 2 more days left. So me got caught. I don't think I know what I forgot what I was reading. But my classroom was on the other side of the building. But he said, Hubert, I'm not gonna let your teacher know that you got caught in the library reading a book while your other friend got caught stealing. So I'm not gonna let that happen. Can you tell me your name? My name is Hubert. So you just couldn't wait till after the summer was over? You had 2 more days left. He said, I said, I don't know. But he said he knocked on the door. He got he got my teacher out the room on the West Bank. He got me out and tried to talk to. He got caught outside the bed. Yeah. Oh shit! I'm doing something. I'm doing something right now. Yeah. Oh man, you gonna see that? What you mean, bro? Hey, pass me some spray, bro. Something spray. I said, pass me some spray. Come on, bro. Oh man, your ass killing me. Hold up. We don't even got no spray. Yeah, pretty good. That Lysol. I don't know. I got the boy first. Nah, this is Lysol spray that you did. Take that. All right, this. I don't know if it got anything in it. Thank you, sir. Thank. I told you don't got nothing in there, dude. Hold up. Hold up. Hey, here. Got some of this. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry about that at the moment. I'm sorry about that. No, but everybody with their behavior. But you the one that's stopping us. You the one. You should have saw the face when I told them I was gonna call you, how Jessica and them acted and Xavier and them acted in that little room. You should have saw the spiritual face, but you side with them. Let me tell you something. You need them more than you need them more. But you care what the people think. You need them, but you don't need God. That's the difference. You need God. When God has sight, you depended on the people studying God. God didn't listen to what the people say when he walked this earth. He didn't listen to what he said. He didn't agree with them. They followed once he started to talk. But you got power, and you still willing to put your trust in them, but not to put the trust in your sight, in what you have learned from past history. And you know they got a problem in this business. That what you and Trump, you know they got a problem. But you want me to get, this is not about people using me, whatever you think. If I wouldn't have spoke up to tell, where would things would have been at? Where the things would have been at if I wouldn't have spoke up? Now he's playing nice with y'all. Doug McMillan and his, I don't need your help. You denied God. You betrayed, you denied God. But when God told Moses to paint the wall with blood, he knew the non-believer was going to be amongst the believers, right? He knew all of these things. And Moses' brother did not want to listen. Just like you didn't want to listen to me. And you forced me to take action. You forced me to sue you. And that is the saddest damn part, when I give you a chance to just hear me out. And you force me to sue you. Now, since you want to play with me, I want all of my money back from 12/16. I want everything back from 12/16, from 2/9. Let me tell you what I realized. I want you to look when I was on that clock, because I want you to hear me. I was sitting in the deli by the produce, by the where you put the thing at, and I remember telling the customer that I was watching the guys in my own deli, my own coworkers in the deli, and I said something out loud. I said, Jessica should think before she hired people. And I didn't even know that customer was by me. I didn't even know that customer was by me. And she said, Hubert, we both looked. She said, Hubert, you're right. Because your employees at 2996, Jessica Ploy, deceiving, jealousy, got a problem in the spirit. It's the truth. You want the truth, but you can't handle the truth. And then I hear the criticism on Senator Ted Instagram and Governor Abbott. I hear the criticism coming from your people that think they believe in God. I hear the criticism. I hear the criticism, right? I hear the criticism, but you deny God. When you deny me, you deny God. But don't act like for 1 second that you believe in him, because you wouldn't have did what you did. I want them to know. I argued with this guy in 2019. And let me tell you, these businesses start sticking by rules. They faking their love for, just like you faking your love for God and me, right? You don't love God. You love the money. Be honest with you. You'll betray God again. God knew that, and he know that with him. It doesn't matter. His voice carry power through the universe, but you will betray him. Russell don't probably remember it. Tell Russell what was said. Ask Russell, because Russell don't probably remember everything. But God said we remember everything that was said up in 1216 when I worked for you. When Russell and Renee and that black you dumb and retarded. Fuck you and I don't like niggas. And fuck New Orleans. And Russell and Renee laughed afterwards, right? But your community want to act like we've been through, when we walk off on them and we keep our head going. But don't sit around there and talk about honesty with Trump or Joe Biden and talk about honesty with them, and you ain't giving honesty. When you betray the code, when you betray God and you deny God, you don't need my help, right? Ask him why I didn't become an unloader because of what Neo did. Was saying words out of his mouth. Tell him why I didn't become an unloader at the second store again. See, we got why I filled the position out. That's the difference between me and you. You only playing nice because you got caught and Trump and them stepped in. But your black employees say they don't need God either, right? The white girl at this Walmart, she gonna say, and it's playing with my mindset the other day. We gonna do this to throw me off. I told you my teacher, I had at Newman Smith High School, my teacher speaks sign language and she worked with my classmates, right? But I had to stand 15 feet and read the body language of my classmates and understand my classmates. When I used to finish my work early, I used to watch my classmates. Either I had the chance to go up on the computer, learn some activities, or watch or do something else creative. Sometimes I watched and I observed. See, the thing, I had a classmate that was on the news in 2008 in Dallas, Texas, in 2010. And she's blind. And she only had 3 months to live. And she's right. And I used to ask Miss Chastity, I used to see her, Miss Chastity, guiding her hands. And when Miss Chastity got her hands on the letter, she used to say things without Miss Chastity even telling her. And she already know the letters. When I watch my classmates that really got a more challenging problem than me, and I observe them, that gotta mean something to keep going. Come on, you gonna lie to me? You think somebody want to go to work every day in your business that a store manager's a hypocrite? I want to tell you something. When I was in orientation, you got 5 people on the left, 5 people on the right. I'm on that end of that table, and another person on the end, and Charles is standing in the side of that person. And Charles is telling everybody all of the good things, but he looking at me with a racial profile in the spirit. Right? Why you didn't come up? You see, I told the Justice Department, you came to 2996. And I told him to look at you, smiled at me. Like Webby say, I know you want to take my place, but F you niggas. But you smiled at me. You didn't say nothing to me. Damn. If I had to, I thought about making a first move. But you tried to play me, huh? When you deny God for what you ain't for God, you can keep that flag up. But remember this, you need the people more than you need God. You a liar. You still looking for life. But he want to lie. You know, the consumer told me the message to Justice Department about the situation, about your lie, and what you stand for. You lied this how I stole something. You know, Robert was jealous. If you look at the camera, when Robert saw me stacking fast, when he first met me, but you the hypocrite, right? Xavier rolling his eyes like a little girl. When my ex-girlfriend family member came in there, they buys and say, Hubert, you have grown and we miss you. Even Tabitha and everybody else said that. And look how your employee was jealous. My friend said, I miss you, Hubert. Tabitha and them coming and hug me. And Carol, we miss you, Hubert. But look how old friend that I grew up with in Carrollton, Texas. But you jealousy, right? Look at Xavier, rolled his eyes when Sabine and them family used to watch me since I was a kid. When I had dreads and my sideburns were long and I had dreads in my head and they watching my hair. So look at those things. Look what you standing for. You the one that's living a lie. But I'm not going to sit up there and let you lie to the president and lie to Trump for what you stand for. But I want Ms. Lee to know I will not back down from people that tell us not to believe in a higher power, not to believe that we are loved by God and God treated us as equal and we deserve to grow the same. I don't care how hard it get. I'm asking for something from you. It got to be 4,000, 5,000, not no one time. And people hearing me out right now. I'm asking for something. This got to be I'm not going to take it out on the world, but I'm gonna make it up. We're going to get our degree. We're going to do things, get our master. We're going to make everything. We ain't going to make excuses. I apologize, but that's the only way I can get your attention in 2019. You was already listening, but your call center. And when I called the local government and the call center gave me the local government number, they told me to shut up. Because and they directed me straight to the local government. Where are we standing for? You know what I told them? And if I join a gate, I got to know what you stand for. What are we fighting for if I gotta join something? It just can't be learning violence for no reason. We gotta know what we standing for. What are we standing for? But you lie. You talk about honesty. And I told James, when I left to Atlanta, I didn't know I was coming back, but I told James, I wanted to go fill out the personalities. I never told him I was coming back. That's the difference between me and you. I told him I wanted to go fill out the personalities. Let me go to the Walmart in Atlanta. And he looked at me, so I know he had a problem with when I said. I know he had a problem when I told him, let me go figure out the personalities. Let me go to Atlanta, Hampton, Georgia, and the other stores to see where I fit in. And I started connecting. I started going and talk to everybody in Atlanta, Fayetteville, talking to the stockers, talking to everybody. And let me see who can be a team player. And then Robin said, you had your chance. You had your chance to be honest with God. You had your chance to be honest with God. And you're lying, your deception. And let me tell you, when they got me wrote up, you know what they said? So you the dummy. Oh, you still come back to work? I'm going to show you they don't pay me enough. Your same manager, your department manager, they got negativity all day. But they scared of somebody coming for their spot. They scared. They scared when somebody have an ambition that want growth, they want to learn something. They scared of it. Because they just care about the dollar, but they don't care about the leadership or where they trying to go in life. Thank you. But I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm putting this as, I want y'all to go tell everybody about my YouTube channel for me. Sellers, Sellers Jr. And my other thing is it's the same thing, at Sellers JR 7413. Please, y'all go tell people God wants you to do this for me. Because our enemy play games and act like they love us when they sit in there. I tried to call them when I was off the clock. But you didn't want my help, right? You know what Robert said something? This ain't a good place for y'all because you don't see the spirit and you willing to betray God and what we stand for. And trust me, and when I tell God is treating us as all as equal and loving us and seeing the spirit. You know what? Your employees that work in the thing, she called me when I was the little black one that's way in a different department. She in the middle section. She called me evil when I was there. How can God be evil and he heart of believing in himself that is a higher power? I want to tell you what was all being said on your clock. Oh, and at 29996, I feel like I was in the Stranger Things. You know, Stranger Things. Season 2 of Stranger Things, I was actually watching. And I watched the episode of them being at the skate ring. And Xavier right there, the customers looking at me like I'm the bad guy. While racist name being said to me by employees. And then when I was off the clock, oh, your kid gonna come out retarded and this and that. When I was off the clock, the same time you lied on me, your employee said that. God said, you scared of change? God said, I bet you when you let me at the table, I bet you black people will start dropping and not want to be there. And this is because they don't believe. They have hatred. I bet you they will start dropping. Hey, I got different stuff that we're gonna do different disability. You know the thing that I hated about Ticket to Work program? They always filled out the application. They never came there with us in the interviews. They surely didn't help me get the job at damn Walmart. So when I'm at the Walmart, see each Walmart we're gonna get people to go and help disability. The people that don't want to help disability out with CBLs, we're gonna pay people to go to each store in America to help them with them out. And this is where we're gonna sit in the table at and be a part. And most people are not gonna like it. Our black and our white that we are gonna have people go to different stores to help disability out, and we're gonna see who want to be a team player and watch and observe and come back. Jessica never had to watch me every damn time. But we're going to see who can be a team player. I already know if they ask me what new things you got for disability, if I'm sitting in front of that table, in front of everybody, if it's the investors, if it's everybody in that coordination, I already know what I want to say. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang that. Thank you, I already know what they was gonna say, but let me tell you something. I already know what I want to say to them, but I bet you your black people, the way they act, and they gonna drop. They scared. I'm doing good. They scared because of change. They scared of God. You should have never denied God the first time. And then you denied him when he was on this earth. Then you denied him again. But don't act like we the same. You're scared of change. But your employees at this store called me a liar, right? I bet you your black people and them start dropping. They're not going to want to be a part of it. Because they don't believe in God. And I can't find where I put that food stamp card at. But don't worry about it. I got to call and cancel it anyway today. And because I had it in my wallet. But you think you got this all figured out, right? I want you to look at those customer face when Xavier allow people. I want you to see in that interest rate and they customers being hypocrites and act like we the bad guy. When Xavier and his employees, but all the customers wasn't like that. Because some people believed them and they came with their teenage daughters, white and black, and they said, Hubert, keep trying. They came in with their teenage daughter, Hubert, keep trying. You gonna get it. I see you trying, but what's the difference from you? What's the difference from you when you live in that lie to sell your products? You live in that lie, say, hey, before enough, you're going to try to take God Bible. You're going to try to take God out the picture. God said, when you give up on me, that's when evil is going to come. When you put me aside. I told you, they say one guy said, I don't think 9/11 could have been avoided. He was talking about God in the community. Why do you think 9/11 could not have been avoided? If we would have looked out for each other's spirit and looked after each other, bam. Yes, it could have been avoided. What's the difference is you think somebody gonna call you a snitch for protecting your America? For protecting what is ours in America? God said the enemy wants you to give up. The devil, the people that don't believe and question God, everything he do, he wants you to give up. Now people think they willing to take this far as lying, and my man go. Thank you. I love my challenges, you heard me. I love everything about me. But you know what? I looked in from kids from other states and like commercials and disability. And I looked at them and they talk about jobs, people doing marketing. They want to be in that one spot. They don't see the world as bigger than they ever position. They rather go work every day and put their mind in that one area than embrace more life and more determination and more understanding. They rather go to the same clock and work with the same people. When I say men treat us as equal when we come into your business, that means don't belittle us. Love us as equal. Hello, how you doing? But right now I got a little line going on with Yellow Breezy and the motor with them, right? Because you lied in the same time and they think they slick and Boosie think they slick, right? God know you lied at the spirit, and if the Justice Department don't see your lying ass for what you are, and your employees for what you are, they don't truly believe in God, or if they don't see the facts and see your spirit. But I told them to look at the cameras. And they don't see for what you are. If you had a chance to betray God again, you would do it at record. Your actions is more than anything. Your actions is keep showing itself, Doug Miller. Your employees' actions and your action keeps and then when I'm shopping in Addison's store, before I moved, he gonna walk away because he know he was wrong. The little Mexican in line, and he know he was wrong. I just stood in line at the other store in Addison, and he walk away like a little girl. After he lied on me. Oh, you never call a customer a liar after he make a complaint to the consumer. What they do that? What type of person call a customer a liar? What type of business you wanted? That's why I didn't go to you. See, that's why we need a government. That's why we got the civil rights. But we also need a civil rights thing where we can communicate after we walk off and catch on to things where the police can be, before we get banned, all right, we got to catch on to things and be like, let's go to our phone and make that complaint. I see behavior. And before we go to the next store and something happened, all right, I already made this complaint. I did it at Whataburger too over here. I already made the civil rights complaint. But we need something that's going to communicate with the police officer after we make a racial complaint and we see stuff in the Holy Spirit. We need those things where, okay, I'm making my complaint and this and that the behavior keep going on at the store. It can be documented. Sometimes we got to turn the corner against the business that's treating us bad. But if the civil rights and all of them, how can we communicate with them more for the police officers going to be getting our complaint on the business on a racial behavior? And when they, why are you denying this person? What did he do? And that they can't come up with an answer, well, he just walking and he's shopping. He's not doing nothing wrong. Why is the sense to ban him? And we need to come. I go to the civil rights. It talks about local government. It talks about discrimination on store, local government, bar, bank. It talks about all of these things, and sidewalk you get discriminating on. It talks about all of these things, what that is on there. It talks about what state. It talks about all of these things, what is on there. But what you standing for? You know, I also worked at 2996 Jessica, but right before Charles come his racist self to the company, Jessica asked me to zone. But you know the difference? Jessica didn't laugh, but Yvonne laughed. She took the picture. They saw what I can do. Your racist employee, you're black and white. Saw what I can do. But when I came back, you know what they tried? After I went to Ticket to Work program and I got somebody look the second look on my career, you know what they told the Ticket to Work program in Carrollton? Hey, Governor Abbott, I just sued the Ticket to Work program. You know what they told him? They told him I can't do it. You know what that guy called me? I was at my medicine. I was so drowsy from medicine going to work that night. Going to work. And I didn't go back. But after 2 days, they called my mom and asked me to come back. And I told my mama I didn't want to go. But mama, and then this Mexican and Felicia pulled me in this office and start saying racist things and things to me. What honesty you come from at? Come on, you know it. But one of the managers and Charles walked away from me. The same day. The next day. And come on, Charles walked away from me. And he do it again. He do it again. You know what Russell told me? I don't got a problem with Russ, but you making it seem like I have to have a problem with Russ after everything that was done. We just can't move on by your stupid racist behavior. Russell said, Huber, when I tried to come and talk to Charles, Russell said, Huber, thanks for coming, handling this, and you can start eating real bread with us and eating with us now. But Dylan and Miller don't want that to happen. And Robert and Charles don't want that. You know, they want us to forgive, but they don't want us to drive awful when they tell us we can't do something and what we can't be. They don't want to, when I saw Robert, Robert put me in the office, he said, usually I don't hold grudges. When you think I'm going to let Charles just put me down and Steve and them put me down and the black employees, you think I want to hold on to that and fight for what I believe in? And Rob said, I looked at that picture and I told Rob, I don't know who you think you damn is. But if I allow Charles and any one of your employees tell me what I can't be doing, what I can't fight for, and what and learn what that is. You the lie. I'm about to show you nothing ain't wrong with me. I said yesterday, I'm getting tired of being around the same thing. I need change. I'm getting tired. They not going to change. You're not willing to change with your racist and your judging and throw stones. Come on. I remember my first time having an interview. It wasn't to be a stocker or a maintenance. It was to be a greeter. But they didn't even ask me all the questions. They didn't try to figure out my personalities. How would I attack things? How would I... And I got denied. It took me like 3 or 4 years just to get another job at Walmart. And when I became a stocker, I didn't even get that job because of the behavior from them. At 12, 16. But you want somebody to you think it's a joke. God say don't lie to me. And I told Joe Biden, I told the Justice Department, you see that piece of shit, that lying piece of crap, man, unprofessional liar. When somebody come in, hey, Tell them to get the phone calls when I called you, when I was on the clock. Then let's talk about this. Not talking, you didn't give a fuck about hearing me out. Let's get the phone calls. See, I tried to be reasonable with you and your co-employees. But you betray, you don't want change. You don't want change. That's why you scared. And your black people that got a racist problem and they trying to use me to change the scene. You see, BG and them, they just fight. But that's why change is never going to happen, because they just fight for police brutality, but they not willing to address all of the things that will be turned against each other and turn against God, and we don't see the love of all of that. I got a person that worked at 2996, and she knows my baby mama's sister. And he's a manager. And he used to always telling me, and he's a black guy, he's a really cool guy. And I haven't seen him no more, and he knows my baby mama and them sister. And he used to always tell me he'll be okay and everything. You're going to get your chance. Be patient and long. And then the same person at 1216, but you trying to stop it. Your racist Charles and and they know what they are, and they throwing bricks. And the same women, the devil is in Walmart. The employees that don't believe and they playing nice. I'm going to tell you what I just seen at the Super Center in Walmart. God said, why I denied seeing it? This lady, this black lady, with her kid acting racist. But let me tell you something. I grew up on, when I was with Miss Chastity, I used to watch this Martin Luther King anime. They got Whoopi Goldberg, got Samuel L. Jackson. They got other kids that played on there. And these little kids ended up on the baseball field with Martin Luther King. And they started playing baseball when they went back through time. And the past kid mama came out there. What I told you about hanging out with these Negroes. And they say Martin Luther King is the best ball player out here in the field. And the other kid from the future said, I don't know what's why you hanging out with these Negroes, but you'll know what's best for them. You'll stop hanging out with what's best for them. And and all of those things. And Martin Luther King had to tell him, down here is so much different out here. We are not allowed to talk the right. We are not allowed, Rosario Park. But, Whoopi Goldberg was showing them around the houses of Martin Luther King. Was showing them around the house and things and everything. Whoopi Goldberg told them, don't go walking around. But the little kid decided they wanted to, and Whoopi Goldberg caught him. And Whoopi Goldberg, they really asked Whoopi Goldberg, please, say, all right, in this case, I do this for y'all. But Whoopi Goldberg said, I'm going to regret this. And there's something always special about this room. So they touched the baseball glove, and this is the beginning of the movie. And they ended up back through time. With Martin Luther King. Right? So when they ended up on the baseball field, I used to always like this in history, because I always used to get my teacher to go get this tape and all of these things for me at Newman Smith, Miss Chastity, every history. Because the kid wanted to play baseball in the field. He didn't care about getting his education, but they told him, if you don't pass these grades, you'll be coming to summer school. And if you don't pass and learn what's on this field trip. So after they ended up on the baseball field, Martin Luther King said, why they were supposed to, but they ended up on the train after they said, oh, we're going to come back there. It's a lot to the movie that I love about it. And I got my baby mama to watch it. And I told Atlanta, Hampton, Georgia. They told me a little bit more about Hampton, Georgia, Atlanta history. And I gave them a little bit more about what I know about the history that I learned while I was in Newman Smith. And all that. Because I learned that about the legislative branches, the different branches, the senators, I learned about everything when I was at Newman Smith, when Miss Chastity, Ms. Lynn, Mr. Lee, and everybody that taught me at Newman Smith, Carrollton, and CFB. So, and just including the White House, the vice president, the legend Capitol Hill. I learned about those things. It was always, and I learned about those things. And all of those things. And let's talk about it in real life, because in real life, we wasn't allowed to go in white neighborhoods and kids go crying home to their mama. And now our black people running us out of the neighborhood. White people used to run our kids, and now our black people with hatred, the love of God. And we not learning anything from our past, but that we are self-destructing ourselves when it comes to history. I told my son, you say, Atlanta teaching you something, I can teach you something my teacher learned too. So in math, and all of that, he talking about college, I say, use the material thing, stripes of division, and using lines. I said, I can teach you some things too. My son told me, he said something about, Dad, you always on that computer. Dad, son, you gonna have to be on computers. I had to be on damn cassette tapes. You think I like being in the classroom, being on tapes, hearing tapes out, and listening to the book, listening to the page one and cassette tapes. You put on the tape, you put the earphones in the plug, and all that. You put the cassette tape. Everybody got the headphones and each other thing, and you gotta listen to the book. You got the book and all the rest of those. I'm gonna have to get one of those cassette tapes for my son. And you put the cassette tapes and you got the books, and you put each part of the headphones in the socket, and you got the book and you're reading it, and you start from page one. We all learning our own different way. Seven, 8, or 9, or 10. But it seemed like, come on, Doug Miller, come on, you didn't even want to hear me out. You was a force to be working with. You was a force to be reckoned with. Now you trying to play nice and lie? That's the sad. If the Justice Department don't catch on to your bullshit, God said, I don't know what to say. Our democracy of truth and honesty gonna be ruined. Our democracy of truth and honesty is gonna be ruined if they don't catch on. And I want Joe Biden, rules come when the business stick by rules. Not fake they love for us. But they matter the most, in our opinion, don't matter. I talked to people in the UK and all over, and they wanted to be on my team. I done seen people ganging from Haiti, and people wanted to be on my team, and all over, talk to people about the ideas. And now Boosie trying to destroy that with his lies, and Yellow Breeze in them, and the rest of them. Because people, and I sold how can I sell my soul, and our buying is more tight. And I talked to people in LA and California, in Chicago, Hubert, I hope you make it. Off of Big Live and Lied Me. And now, Liars in New York, Brooklyn and New York got a lot of talent. I seen a lot of picture. And I actually seen that on YouTube from Dallas. 7, 8, or 9, or 10, or 11. I usually seen that from, and all of those things. People didn't want to hear my story. But you think you just going to get away. God said it ain't that easy, Doug Miller. It ain't that easy. Every night I will push myself. Because I don't care how, and I'm going to survive. I don't care how hard it gets. But ask Miss Lee. Miss Lee will tell you the words she said. Ask her Joe Biden. She'll tell you. She'll tell you the words she said. And I was mumbling my words a little bit. She couldn't hear. I was mumbling. See the facial expression. And that's on the side of Social Security. They're trying to stop us from growing. They're trying to stop us from growing and believe. And I refuse to let that happen. My teacher never believed in me, took me to Job Corps at Newman Smith, and it's still at Mary Grant. Oh, we just don't. I'm not here for them. I'm here to learn. I'm not here for them. We just don't want them. Fuck them. When I'm here to grow. Let's find somebody, let's find students, and we should start giving them credit. And they can start high on when we go to classrooms and students that love to help other people out, not just tutors, other students, giving them credit to something and letting them be paid in the classroom, or just guiding people. This not the teachers, the students, not just a tutor in the classroom in colleges. Let's start stepping it up here. And today, most people that can't pay for their school tuition. Let's do this thing. And all they do is they gotta sit down and watch the teacher. You know, Brookhaven. And I remember Mirza say he's proud of me. Shout out. And everybody say, Demir never made me feel like I was less. It was just about me. People saying I was cheating and doing all of these things. I never felt like that with Demir. My brother. Demir, Sabina mom never, I don't care what people are talking about. Sabina's mom and Demir and Mirza's mom never made me feel like that. None of them ever made me feel like that. Especially Demir and them and mom and dad, they always believed in me. So they never made me feel like, and Sabina never, it's about people saying I was cheating and stuff. I just had a lot of problems in my relationships dealing with that. But Sabina never was ashamed. What are you talking about? But when you got other people that got a problem in the business, and then people borrow money from me and don't want to pay me back in there, I don't mind letting the coworker say, Hubert, I didn't mind, but when you try to play me just because you got a position, that's the point. And your baby daddy couldn't pay your rent. Angelica, your baby daddy, overdrive my damn account. But when you do stuff, she can't get a bank account. I say, hold up, I'm going to let you borrow my bank account, but don't overdraft my account. Oh, my baby daddy. And then you say and then you got the nerve. Come on, don't do that, man. Don't do that. People would try to take your kindness for weakness. And then the second time, I say, this is not going how this is going to go. And I never had a problem with Mrs. baby mama because one night she worked at 1216 Hubert, what's wrong? And I'm going to pool parties about her and everything. You know, I said it to myself. If they ain't going to change, we going to change. Hey, dude, make sure that toilet flush too, man. You talking about you got it. Yeah. A little bit later. You want YouTube? I'm trying to bet. Look, I feel like you're on next Friday watching Day Craig. Watching watching Craig Daddy on Friday. Damn, I feel like I'm in the next Friday episode. Hold up. But the younger version of Ice Cube dad in the movie Friday, the younger version. Ain't no job, don't come here like no. But yeah, Ice Cube dad said, hold up, I smelled your shit for 35 years, but you can't smell mine. Hold up. Hold up. You can't smell mine. um, on Friday. Um, uh, uh, but um, those are the things. What that is. Those are the things. But I don't got time for all of that, man. I don't got time for the bull crap and dilly. Hey, God said you want to lie, man, and dishonesty want to be given. And people really trying to destroy God. Even the community, the hood of Dallas and Yellow Breezy, even you're trying to destroy God, and Dallas with their lives trying to destroy God. But I've been talking enough, Lord. Hey, you know why I didn't open up so much to y'all at 12:16? I seen your spirit. Why would I let somebody in to know my personality and I seen who you are and you trying to hurt me? You judge. But I'm gonna show you. Let me tell you, I didn't did music. I didn't did all of that album. I didn't did so much. And Mirza taught me how to record, how to go on Kool-Aid Purple. But this is not about music. I took drama in school. So I want to show people what I can do and other things that I can do. So if it's acting or doing anything, I took drama at Newman Smith. So Miss Gulo, and it's the best decision I had, because I see my other classmates. One of my friends was in a coma, and I see other people like, look how far I didn't have Kim. That was the best decision I made of going to that other school campus and still being. That was like the best decision that I made from Ms. Gulo and my teacher, just taking that going, because I'm still at Newman Smith. I graduated at the end of 2010. But and then the thing at Mary Grimes, like, you had 2 times to graduate. I said, hold up. It's gonna be looking a little mighty weird, but I had to get the cap and gowns again. I had to get fitted. I gotta go back up to Newman Smith again. And I gotta do all of this again, and I'm like, hold up, because that's not actually when you graduate. You know what I'm saying? It's just a pre-graduation in this program that you're in, and moving on up. And it's at Mary Grimes School, so it's just a pre-graduate. So I graduated almost like the end of 2000, but they always a month behind, a year behind. They always, so end of 2010, that when I started to drift off. I started to drift off a little bit and graduated. So about the end of 2010. But that was like the best decision I made to go up in that program. Cause I don't know, I was going to job skills. I was going hanging out at nursing home, thrift stores. And my relationship with Patrick and them, and Sabina don't know this. And Sabina or Mirza don't know this, but when I was in this school, I was going to their school that his little Demira don't know I was going to Patrick Elementary School, helping out with thrift stores, helping out with events at the elementary school, spacewalk, set up the spacewalk, do the nachos. I have so many memories playing in the gym with them and stuff, bringing my game to the PE at the element. I have so much memories and fun. And I like, hold up, just doing stuff and all of those things. I had so much memory. I had so much memory doing all of that stuff. So me working at nursing home playing checkers. And I told Governor Abbott, look, I've been going and like, it got a gym that's right by, close to by Perry and CFB. And they be having job fairs by the elementary school. And I used to go to job fair when I was 14, 15 years old. And people don't know that. I used to go to job fairs. And even when I had a job and I didn't, I'm still participating, and people don't know that I was so much bigger than the bar and all of these things that I was doing. all of these things that I was doing, I was so busy in the bar. And the things that I was doing, so me able to push myself and do the things that I want to do. And like my teacher already know I was, Miss Gulo saw that in me. When DJ Khaled talked about me, she wanted me to go chase my dreams. It reminded me of Miss Gulo. And I think in that theater report we could have did, and like when I remember that how Miss Gulo was looking, we could have did way better. And I can tell by how I still remember Miss Gulo's face after we presented her with that play, and we could have did way more better. But people, parents, you got two boys and you got a girl, and they not letting us rehearse. Like, and we got to get in the backyard, get on a little wall, and talk to each other about how we, and we not able to do the thing. And that's what I hate when you dealing with daughters and stuff. You dealing with, and I hated that at Newman Smith because you can tell how Miss Gulo looked at us at Newman Smith that we just put. Hey, I know. I look back at it, and I know we could have did a better job. I know we could have been, and we had to watch plays and old Western plays. Where you from? I'm from New Orleans. How about you? We had to watch old Western plays, and like I didn't like it at first, but I was like, oh shoot, man. Oh shoot. I like Miss Gulo got me watching this. I used to be like, oh shoot. I'd be like, hold up. We actually gotta watch this play. But when we got into it, I started to like it more. When I started to get in the character, I started to actually we wasn't just focus, oh, I just want to watch the movie, it's good. No, we had to focus on the position that everybody played in the movie. I'm from New Orleans. How about we had to focus on the position that everybody played in the movie? Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. So that was the most important thing in theater that I had to realize. Because if you just go in there and watch a movie, enjoy it. But it's when you're an actor, it's more than that. You gotta really understand the character. Because most people just going to watch the movie, but they not really into the thing business. So you really have to study the character of where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. Yes, where you from? I'm from New Orleans. How about you? But Texas, my home too. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, guys. We cutting it short right now. It's about almost. I can't give that person that chance to do so. I said yesterday on my thing, I gotta move forward, guys. I gotta move forward. I gotta move forward. I gotta move forward. Everybody gonna talk. I gotta move forward. If I don't move forward, I can't let the same thing happen because we're not gonna see no results. We ain't gonna see no results. We gotta move forward. We gotta move forward. It's about, it's about change. We gotta move forward. It's about change. We have to be able to move forward. If we don't move forward, how things have been. If we don't move forward. If we don't move forward in what we trying to do, if we don't move forward. Tell me what my. So if we don't move forward, you can't let nobody stop your growth, and you're not always the problem here, man. I refuse to. Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing? You said what? What's going on, man? All right, I'm almost finished.